Hello, welcome to Cake Poultry Farm YouTube channel. My name is Gilbert Tusime. A few months ago, I promised to share with you step-by-step guide for anyone who wants to start a poultry farm with 1,000 birds for egg production. In today's video, I'm going to walk you through the basic setup you need to prepare for 1,000 birds. Stay with me until the end because I will be sharing some important tips for beginners. Let's get started. Behind me here is a structure where I will be keeping our 1,000 birds. This is their home, and as someone who is just starting out, it's important to keep it simple. You need a safe and secure space where the birds can live and lay eggs. Come, let me show you around. So, number one, you need a structure if you are going to keep birds. And now, how should your structure look like, or how should it be set up? So, number one, your structure must have good aeration or must be very well ventilated such that the birds you are going to keep have good air in them. It comes in and goes out. So, the structure must be very well meshed up. So, for us, we use the mesh. Almost 80% of our structure is a mesh allowing the air. The other thing is the floor. The floor of your structure must be of a hard surface such that it is easy for you to clean. If it's of a soft surface or of dust, it will cause an effect to your birds. Dust will be coming up and down. So make sure the ground of your structure is of a hard surface. Like as you can see ours here, we decided to make it a hard surface with bricks and some cement such that we make it hard for birds not to overturn in case it's so far. The other thing on your structure that you should take note of is the roofing. Your structure must be roofed with iron sheets, not tarpaulins or grass, to prevent your birds from harsh climate conditions. Talk about heavy rains or harsh sunshine. Remember, you want to keep 1,000 birds. So how is the spacing of your structure? So make sure you have enough space in your structure where you want to put 1,000 birds or more than that. So make sure that your structure is big enough to accommodate the capacity of the birds you are purchasing or you want to keep. So spacing is very important at the structure you want to put in. For example, this is a structure where we're going to keep our 1,000 birds and it's big enough. It's very important to have a bigger space for your birds than having a small space for your birds so that they can not get congested. At the end of the day, they will die. So better have a bigger structure than a small structure for your birds. So ours is big enough, as you can see, and the other side is where we have broken that with a tarpaulin. It's where we're going to do our brooding for our 1,000 birds that are coming. So we are good to go. The aeration is okay. The structure is big enough, and we are setting off for our 1,000 birds, which are coming actually in 2 days from now. So the second thing you need at your farm is water. Remember, you are done with the structure. The next thing you need is water. For us here at our farm, we decided to drill our natural well, and we have water full time at our farm for our birds. Remember, 80% of the birds' body is water. So as they consume the mash or the feeds, they need water 24/7 to drink such that they don't get dehydrated. So make sure water is present at your farm 24 hours. In addition to water, the other thing you need at your farm is the storage. Once you bring your 1,000 birds, where are you going to keep their food? You need a dedicated space to store feed safely. Make sure your store is dry, clean, and free from pests. This will ensure your feed stays fresh and birds stay healthy. The other thing that you should not miss to have in your structure are, one, the drinkers, where the birds have to drink from their water. The other thing is feeders, because as you're serving food, you're serving the feeders, and this is where they feed from, such that they feed and drink. As you can see in our structure here, we already have our feeders and drinkers already set, and by the word, drinkers are automatic. The reason we do automatic is we want our birds to have water full time, because if they are manual, at times workers can forget. The birds drink water, it's done, and they have nothing to drink. So we make sure at least our drinkers are automatic. Water flows all the time. Then the other thing you don't forget about in your structure is the lighting. At times you may need light, especially like at night. So make sure your structures or your structure has some lighting in it, such that at night, or you need to do something at night in your birds, or sometimes they feed when they are still young, they need light. So make sure light is there in your structure. So the other thing you should not miss up is security. There are two ways. We have the physical security. This includes fencing up your farm. You can either do live fencing, you can do wire mesh, or you can do a perimeter wall. Like for us here being in an urban center, we decided to do a perimeter wall or perimeter fencing for our farm. So the entire farm is enclosed in a perimeter wall. So accessing it, it's hard unless you pass at the gate. The other one is biosecurity. Whoever is entering into your farm must go through biosecurity measures. What is it? Make sure at the entrance of your farm or at your gate there is a pool where you have a disinfectant solution that is mixed within the water, such that anyone should not miss stepping into that pool, such that we mitigate and fight diseases that may attack or come into our farm. And usually these diseases are transported or transmitted by human beings through our foods. So make sure it is there at your entrance of your farm, like how we do here at our farm. And also, as you're entering into the structure, inside we make sure that at the entrance there is a pool where that the same disinfectant or the same solution is pressed in, such that workers cannot also miss stepping into that chemical before they enter into the structure, such that we mitigate the diseases at our farm. So it's important to take security seriously at your farm. The other thing you should not miss out is workers. Are you planning to take care of the birds by yourself, or you are planning to hire a worker to take care of them? Remember, if you are planning to hire someone, you need to hire someone who has an expert or someone who is experienced in birds or in poultry. Don't bring anybody into taking care of your birds who has no any experience about birds. It's going to mess your farm up. So hire someone who has an experience about birds. Remember, I have also made a video on how to manage workers. So be sure to check it out such that you don't miss anything on how to manage workers at your farm. So those are the 6 things you need to do before you bring in your 1,000 birds. Remember, our 1,000 birds have not yet come in, and our birds are arriving anytime. So we are excited to start the brooding process of 1,000 birds. Are you interested in learning how to raise 1,000 birds from brooding to production? Let us know in our comment section. We will be able to give you feedback. Don't forget to like and subscribe for you not to miss any of our upcoming videos in poultry.